Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year and thank you so much for being here. And in this video, we're going to have a look at the importance of knowing ourselves. So when we are creating anything in our life, so for example, if we are manifesting anything, we want to have a clear thought on what it is that we are manifesting. And we know this when we are attracting something into our reality. And when it comes to attracting this thing into a reality, we may have wavering thoughts, we may have negative thoughts, but when we have that kind of clear direction, it will not matter because we know ourselves that it is manifesting. This is the same thing for knowing who we are. And in the live the other day, I was sharing with everyone that I am currently creating a kind of a little course to the virtues that we all hold. And the reason why I decided to go this way is because every single virtue that we have always comes down to our self-awareness and how we show up embodying these virtues in a confident, moral way, but also within our self-concept. It really solidifies our self-concept to know our values, to know the virtues that we stand by, and to really know ourselves in this kind of moral way, because everything else then that comes that is negative, that is a negative thought, that anything that pops up, we're built then in such a way because we know who we truly are. So I wanted to talk about this just for a few minutes in the video, that when we know who we truly are, we are less decisive, meaning that we are able to kind of be more clear in what it is that we are creating. And when we are more clear on what it is that we are creating, we manifest things quicker because we're not really wavering that much. But even when we waver, we bounce back quicker because we are in that kind of knowing state. And ultimately, when we are doing anything in any of the manifestation community, you will find that it all really just, it's so simple. It all just comes down to knowing. And when it all comes down to just knowing, all of the information and everything that we see is just an extra bit of information. And it's not to get kind of confused with anything. It's just to kind of come into yourself and come into that knowing within yourself that what it is that you are creating is a truth for you. So cultivating this mindset and this kind of solid kind of foundation within yourself of who you truly are is a great way to release confidence within yourself. Because if you can get to a stage where anyone or anything could show up in an undesirable way and you're not moved by it because you are solidified in the kind of groundness of your self-worth and satisfaction of who you truly are and your authenticity, nothing is ever kind of going to faze you. And it's not about being arrogant, it's not about being egotistical, it's about showing up in a way for yourself. But because you show up in this way for yourself, you're influencing your reality around you, that you won't attract things that are as disrespectful or immoral into your reality, because that is not who you are. I know that a lot of the time when we're manifesting, we are manifesting through our thoughts, but we're also manifesting who we are, and our thoughts are who we are. So what we continue to think about is ultimately who we are going to become. It's how we are going to act, and it's how we are going to behave. And this kind of develops itself to who we are, and that is inevitably what really attracts. It does not mean that we're not going to attract what we want along the way. We can literally be in, a terrified state or a fearful state and still attract in what it is that we want. But when we are in these states, it's not as easy to maintain and sustain what it is that we want. And so that is why we are cultivating repetition and cultivating a good self-concept within ourselves. So our self-concept really comes down to knowing who we truly, truly are. And it all, from my own research and from my own kind of experience in this, and from kind of continuing to read up on things and trying to figure out where it all kind of stems from, I am starting to kind of feel that it all stems from our morality and our morals and our code of ethics and our virtues, because when we do things that are not in alignment to who we truly are, and for me who we truly are is basically all love. It's like a love energy. It's the positive energy, peaceful energy. And when we kind of separate ourselves from this, we're normally falling into states of fear, states of anxiousness, states of guilt and shame, and all of these things that erupt within us cause us to act in ways that are, maybe undesirable. Maybe they're just little things that we feel that we would rather not show up in that way. And you will find that they will all come down to a certain virtue. It's like if, for instance, if you know that you would rather not lie about something, you would rather be honest. If you then go out and you lie about something, you're going to feel that kind of within you. That's going to bring your energy down. So when we get into an understanding of what it is that, or who it is that we desire to show up by, we start to cultivate this kind of routine of showing up like this every day. It rechanges the brain, it rewires the brain and the neurons within our brain. We start to show up like this then in a way that is natural and normal for us. And then when things come up undesirable, rather than, reflecting back to the old story of maybe lying to maybe get over a circumstance, we won't do that, because we will be more grounded in what it means for us then to be, honest. This is just an example for instance, but it's just to kind of convey what I mean when I say that when we are really, really self-grounded in who we are, nothing kind of can affect us in the same way. And then the manifestation journey becomes a lot more easier and a lot more effortless, because we are consistently showing up in a knowing state. So I just wanted to do a quick video about that. Remember that when we are manifesting anything, it's like we can't be double-minded about it, and double-minded really only ever comes in when we're not really sure about who we are. And who we are is always going to come down to some simple virtue, some simple love kind of way, feelings of knowing that we're worthy and deserving, and all of these kind of ideas, and knowing of being enough, and knowing that it's okay just to be ourselves just as we are. And when we get into this kind of whole understanding that that is what it all really is, we're more unshakable, and we become more confident. And anything, as I say, that comes along is not going to be phasing us in the same way. So I'm going to continue to do more videos on this kind of idea, but I just wanted to begin by talking about this concept coming into the new year, to really get clear on who it is that you want to be, really get clear on the type of person that you want to be, because you're always going to attract who you are no matter what. And even if you're not manifesting anything, you're always going to attract experiences, places, people and things by what you continue to think about and what you continue to believe about yourself. So why not get clear on what that means to you, and write down what it is that you actually want to attract, and write down who you want to be in this kind of process of experience in your life, and this process of evolving and developing as well too. So I will leave that video there. If you have any questions, you can comment down below, and I will chat to you soon.